And and that once again fed my ego of like, oh, he can see what he thinks I'm special. Like the guy that is the most interesting person on the planet wants me to take over. Like, oh my God, this is great, you know? So he's like, it's like, you're doing, his show changes names, no reservations. It kept changing. And so, every time I ate with him, it was insane. I mean, I don't know if he had eating disorders or what, but it's Anthony Bourdain. So you go in a restaurant and they bring out every fucking food, right? Like everything. And I'm watching him. He takes a sip of water. Thank you. Can you wrap this up? I'm like, you're not going to eat, because everywhere he went, every chef wanted to. And he's like, Dave, if I ate all this shit, like I'd be like 300 pounds, So I was like, can I take it home? He's like, yeah, you could have it. And then as I got to know him a little better, every time he came to LA, he'd stay at Chateau Marmont. And I'd be like, is your life just eating at restaurants? And he's like, yeah. I go, hey, from now on, just come to my house. My mom's like, he's like, I would fucking love that. He closes his eyes. Like, so whenever he'd come to LA, he would go to my mom's house. My mom loved him. Like Tony and my mom I don't know what his relationship with his mom was like, but he loved my mom, and he knew culture. So he'd always bring the Asian pears. He knew like, oh, I'm going to a Korean's house. And then after a while, like when I meet people that I love and I respect, I value the friendship. So I don't go, and that doesn't mean I don't value you. I was like, I would love to be friends with you first before doing your podcast, but I was like, fuck it. Like, let's just jump into it. But
we'll do it in reverse.
Yeah, we'll do it in reverse. And same thing, like, I never asked to be on a show. But after a while, he just was like, Dave, I'm doing LA. And I go, but haven't you done LA? He goes, yeah, but this is specifically Koreatown. And I go, okay. I mean, I grew up in Korea. I was born and raised in Koreatown. But so then his production company, 0.0, I loved it because when I did Thumbs Up, I'm everything. I'm the director, I'm the production. It's just like Thumbs Up is me, my friend Harry, a camera guy, and like a chase van. That's it. It's 4 people. But, I was like, oh, this is like what a real TV show is like. He had guys setting up shots, and it was like a lot of people. And I go, oh, fuck, this seems cool. Like, you don't have to. So his producer calls me and goes, okay, we're going to set this show up for like 2 months from now. And it's Koreatown centric. Like, and I go, okay, but do you want to do fake? Like, I'm down. Like, what do you guys need? Like, I know all the restaurants and stuff in Koreatown now, but Koreans don't eat Korean food. Like, from my era, we didn't have any money. So when we go out, we eat at Sizzler, we eat at Denny's. We get Korean food at home, like, so if he's trying to do an authentic story about where I eat in Korea, it's in Koreatown, it's Sizzler. And like every Korean American I know eats at Sizzler. And so she's like, so you're telling me we're going to bring Anthony Bourdain to, spend all this money to take him to Sizzler? I go, hey, I just told you, like, I'll fake it. Like, I know all the new spots. I know all the chefs. But I didn't eat that shit growing up. He goes, no, Tony loves authenticity. I'm like, we're going to fucking Sizzler then. So we do this whole episode. He comes to my warehouse and it's like, pitfall after pitfall. Like I remember at the time, Channing Tatum came to my, like, he's like, his agent, this guy, Bill, Korean guy, Channing Tatum's agent's Korean. And he calls me and he goes, my client Channing Tatum loves you. And like, it's like after all these things and getting canceled over and over again in comics and whatever field I went in, there was always, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to paint on a Mike Tyson card. You're not supposed to paint over this graffiti. You're not supposed to, there's rules that you're not following. And I'm like, it was this my whole life. So I remember Channing Tatum was also attracted to that. And he showed up with his agent and he's like, he was a pretty boy. He's one of the most handsome guys, but he's so talented. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to meet Channing. I don't care about Channing Tatum. And then he came to the warehouse and he's like, don't think of me as just like the pretty boy dancing, step up from the streets guy. Like, I'm about to do G.I. Joe, but like, I'm like, and I'd put out zines and like self-published books and I write the way I talk right now. And he'd read that. And I was like, Channing Tatum read, he goes, you're a great writer. And I'm like, there it is again. I'm like, I write porn. He's like, no. You have a way of talking and writing that I need to be a part of that. Like whatever. I go, but I've never written a script. He goes, whatever you write, I'm going to produce it. And I go, holy shit, dude.